Good evening to everybody. So today we are going to discuss the intermolecular forces. This is the part of gaseous state for JEE or NEET syllabus. So here we can see the intermolecular forces basically present in the gases. So here we are having or in the liquid or any other state. So intermolecular forces are divided into various categories. First one is the ion-ion interaction, ion-dipole interaction, dipole-dipole interaction, dipole-induced interaction, and ion-induced interaction. Induced means that this is induced by some other thing. London forces or dispersion forces and hydrogen bond. These are the various different type of the interactions which are present among the molecules or among different ions or group of atoms. So here we can see, actually I have already written all the things so that our time will be saved here. So I will just explain simply and you can write down each and everything. So first one we are considering ion-ion interaction. Suppose we are having this is the Na positive ion and this is Cl minus ion. And this one is Na positive is having Q1 force, Cl minus is having Q2 force. That is one unit positive charge and this is having one negative unit charge. So this type of interaction exists in ionic solids. In the ionic solids, this type of interaction will be present because in the ionic solids, different ions are associated with force of attraction. This force of attraction is the strongest, or this type of force of attraction is the strongest interaction among all the types of molecular interactions. This type of force of attraction or this force of attraction is the strongest interaction among all, here I am writing, among all types of interactions. So it will always exist in ionic solids. This is the main important point here. After this we can see the ion dipole interaction. Here we can see this is the ion dipole interaction. If we consider the water molecule is a polar molecule or polar compound. Here oxygen is having, due to more electronegativity, oxygen is having partial negative charge and hydrogen is having partial positive charge. So such type of the molecules in which one pole is the having partial positive charge, other pole is having partial negative charge, are known as what? Polar compounds or polar molecules. One unit charge we already know, this is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. So if we dissolve Na positive in water, then this will convert into H2O aqueous. This will convert into H2O aqueous. Aqueous means the Na positive is now associated with, due to the force of attraction between the negative pole of this molecule and positive pole of this ion. So many water molecules now will undergo association with this sodium ion. So now this sodium ion will be considered as what? This will be considered as Na positive aqueous. Na positive aqueous. Aqueous means that Na positive is now surrounded by so many water molecules. These are other polar molecules like ammonia is also polar, HCl is also polar. So the interaction between the dipole molecule of polar compound and ion sorry, is known as ion dipole interaction. So due to this interaction, all the ions, either it will be positive or negative, they will dissolve in water. Suppose we want to dissolve NaCl. NaCl is having what? Na positive. Here we can see NaCl when dissolved in water. So Na positive is associated by the so many water molecules. Similarly, Cl minus will also be associated by so many water molecules. So now this Na positive, this whole thing is called that is Na positive plus n number of H2O molecules. Now it is considered as Na positive aqueous. Similarly, Cl minus will also be considered as Cl minus aqueous when it is associated with so many other water molecules. Again, we can see these are the other polar molecules. So characteristics of this type of interactions are what? This interaction is weaker than ion-ion interaction that we have discussed here. This is the strongest interaction. This is the strongest interaction among all type of interactions. After that, now this is slightly weaker interaction. So energy of this interaction will be equals to Z into mu by R square, where Z is the magnitude of the charges on ions and mu is the dipole moment. R square is the distance between the ion and dipole. That is distance between, this is suppose OH2, H2O, partial negative, this is Na positive. So this distance, that is distance between this and this is called what? R. So the magnitude, that is the energy liberated in this process, will be equals to what? Energy liberated will be equals to Z into U by R. This is actually force of attraction. This will be simply not R square R. Energy is always R here. So here again we can consider Z is the magnitude of charge on ion, U is the dipole moment, R is the distance between ion and dipole interaction. So this is the value of energy. After that we can see the third type of interaction is what? Dipole-dipole interaction. Here HCl, 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 suppose we are having. So one Cl minus now is associated with partial positive charge of H positive. So weak force of attraction is here. Similar force of attraction is also here. So it exists among the polar compounds. Whatever polar compound we are having, this type of interaction will be there. So this is having the dipole moment 0 SO3, and this SO2 is not having any, its dipole moment is not equals to 0. So the interaction between HCl and SO2 molecule will be considered as what? Dipole-dipole interaction. Again, this value is weaker than, again this value is weak. The magnitude of interaction is weaker than ion-dipole interaction. And the magnitude of this interaction, that is the force of attraction, is inversely proportional to the distance R power 6. That is, distance is what? Between this molecule and this molecule, this is the distance R. So the magnitude of this one will be equals to inversely proportional to the R power 6. So if we talk about the dipole-dipole interaction, it may be stationary or it may be rotating. So dipole-dipole interaction, if it is stationary, that will be found in the solids, then its value will be what? Inversely proportional to R power Q. These values are very, very important because they can ask the problems regarding the relation with distance. And in the rotating molecules or rotating dipole-dipole interaction means that will be present in gases and liquids, because in the gas molecules are always in constant motion. Similarly, molecules in liquid states are also present in the motion, or they are in continuous motion. So in such cases, this value will be 1 by R power 6. So this is the third type of the dipole interaction. After that, we can see the fourth type of the intermolecular interaction is what? Dipole induced dipole. So this is the polar molecule and this is non-polar molecule. So when the non-polar molecule comes in contact with the polar molecule, there will be the induction or it will become induced. That is, temporarily it will develop the charge. So when this positive charge, this is the positive charge here, partial positive. So this neutral molecule will, from the neutral molecule, this partial positive charge will pull the electrons. So what will happen? This will also develop polarity, or it will also become partially polar. So this molecule is now known as what? This will be considered as having the induced dipole. Induced means that is the neutral molecule. In the neutral molecule, some other molecule, polar molecule, has developed polarity. So this is called the induced dipole. Now if we see the characteristics, when a neutral molecule comes into the contact with polar molecule, it develops partial polarity. Partial means it will be less than 1 unit charge, which is called induced dipole. So in this molecule, this is called what? Induced dipole. So for example, mixture of HCl and H2 gas. In the mixture of hydrogen chloride and H2 gas, we will have a dipole and induced dipole, because H2 is the neutral molecule. Similarly with HF, here we can see HF is the polar molecule. HF is the polar molecule and O2 is what? Neutral molecule. So what will happen? Here we can represent it as, that is, this is HF, HF molecule. Here it is having partial negative, this side it is having partial positive charge. So when oxygen comes into contact with this, when oxygen molecule comes in contact with this, what will happen? It will develop a partial dash, we can say, partial dash positive and partial dash negative. Partial dash negative. This is what? O2 molecule. So this type of the interaction is called what? Dipole, induced dipole interaction. And the magnitude of this one will be inversely proportional to the R power 6. After this, the important point here is what? Its value depends upon the dipole moment and polarizability, power of deformation. Okay, how this molecule can be easily deformed. Deformed means, okay, both the pole, or it can easily develop partial positive or partial negative charge. That is called what? Power of deformation. So here this point is important, that is magnitude. This magnitude value is how much? Inversely proportional to r power 6. Here also in stationary cases this value was equals to r power 3, r power cube, and this was r power 6. So this is also very important point here. After that we can see, and this is the characteristics. So magnitude, that is the its value will depends upon dipole moment, the more polar molecule, and easily polarizable, means polarizability will be depend upon the size. More or larger is the size of neutral molecule, more easily it will be deformed. Is it clear? After that we can see the fifth case is what? Ion induced dipole interaction. Ion induced dipole interaction is what? Okay, when we are having like this NO3 minus ion, and in the NO3 when I2 neutral molecule is coming in contact, so this will develop a partial positive and partial negative charge. This is I2 molecule, this is what? I2 molecule, and this is what? NO3 ion, NO3 minus ion. So this type of, that is the magnitude of this type of interaction will be directly proportional to the charge on ion. More charge, more interaction. Polarizability of neutral molecule. Here I am writing of neutral molecule. So polarizability is directly proportional to the size of ion. So how easily it is deformed. Is it clear to everybody? So this is called what? Ion induced dipole interaction. After that we are having the next point. The sixth type of interaction is the London forces or dispersion forces. London forces or dispersion forces. Dispersion forces. Here we can see these forces are weak forces, exist among non-polar molecules. They will always exist among the non-polar molecules. Among non-polar molecules. These are forces of interaction developed due to induction. These forces are also developed due to the induction. When these two molecules are colliding with each other, then what will happen? The nucleus of one molecule, that is the positive charge of one molecule inside the nucleus, that will attract the peripheral electron of other molecule. So in that way, what will happen? This will develop partial positive this end, and this will develop partial negative. The partial positive will develop here. Simultaneously, partial negative will also be developed here. So after collision, this is having the induced dipole, and this is also having induced dipole. So there will be a weak force of attraction. These weak forces of attraction are known as what? London forces, dispersion forces, or van der Waals forces of attraction. So it is developed, this type of interaction is developed instantaneously when the molecules are colliding, neutral molecules are colliding. These forces are very weak forces of attraction, very weak forces of attraction. After that we can see, suppose we are having polarizability is what? Basically negative. The negative charge is always present outside the nucleus or surrounding the nucleus. So more is the size of anion, more will be its polarizability. For example, F minus Cl minus Br minus. So the size of Br minus is largest among these four. So the order of polarizability will be what? F minus will have least polarizability. After that, Cl minus, Br minus, then I minus. I minus is having the largest size among all halide ions. After this, we can see the other force of interaction is what? Hydrogen bond. This is also it is also just a moment. This is also a type of dipole-dipole interaction, but it is the very stronger force of attraction. That's why we are giving a different name. Its value will be in the range of 10 to 100 kilojoule per mole. So a partial bond, a partial or a weak force of attraction, we can say, among the different dipole or different polar molecules. If the magnitude of this interaction is greater than 10, then and it goes up to 100 kilojoule per mole. So this is called what? Hydrogen bond. And H bond can be present in the hydrides of nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine only, because these are the most electronegative elements. In detail, we will discuss about this hydrogen bond and chemical bonding basically. But again, we can some simple things we can see here. That is H2O molecule. H2O is also what? It is having partial positive. This is having partial negative charge. This is having partial negative, partial positive. So a force of attraction will exist between O minus and H positive. So this force of attraction, this is basically represented by three dotted lines. So this is called H bond. So it is represented by three dotted lines. Is it clear to everybody? So these are the various types of the interactions. So all these interactions we have discussed: ion-ion interaction, ion-dipole interaction, dipole-dipole, dipole-induced interaction, ion-induced interaction, London forces or dispersion forces or weak van der Waals forces. After that, hydrogen bond. So in the next lecture, we will discuss about the measurable properties of the gases, that is the volume, temperature, pressure. These are the measurable properties of gases. So now I am winding up, and those who are new, they subscribe my channel, and also you pass the comments so I can be very happy and can do some improvement according to your comments. Okay, bye to everybody.